Guys, we are back with another training video. So once again, it is leg day. So this one, I couldn't get any leg presses on video. Had a one of the personal trainers was training one of her clients, and I had a handful of other people that were in the area, so just didn't do any filming on that. But I did manage to strike a picture so you guys could see what I finished, on my final set with. So I ended up on that. Just to recap, 13 plates aside, that's as much as the machine will hold, and getting sets 6 to 8 reps. I was getting my 8 reps, so I had to figure out another way to add some resistance, add some weight. So I went over in the back of the gym. We have just a bunch of different stuff, different equipment back there, and I was able to locate those chains. It looked like they'd fit around there, so yeah, I draped a couple necklaces around those 45s, and I was able to add some weight. Worked out good. So now from that point, it's just going to be a matter of just slow down the time under the time under tension, make that longer, slow the tempo, the speed of the reps down, and obviously more reps if I can start cranking them out that way. I don't know any other way to really add resistance on that one, so it is what it is. Now, I originally was going to start with what I'm on right now, which is the belt squat, but when I got there was a couple people using the belt squat. Usually this thing's open, but in this case, when I came into the gym, it was a little occupied. So I just chilled out a little bit, I waited a little bit, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just start on the leg press, and that'll get my knees, my connective tissue, everything nice and warmed up and ready to go when I hit the belt squat. So it worked out really nice that way. So that's how I kicked this workout off. But once I got over here, I was nice and warmed up. So yeah, I'm just rocking out the belt squat on this one right now. So this set I went up to, I'm trying to look to see if that was the one where I did, no, that was 5 plates aside. So I started with just an acclimation set that you saw when I was talking. My acclimation set, just before I get down to the nitty gritty for my working sets, was 4 plates aside, and I hit that for a few reps just to prepare for when I go to start lifting the heavy weight. And that's the way I've always done things historically when I warm up. I still, even if I'm not doing the max OT type of training, any of the high intensity training, heavy weight, low volume kind of approach, I always warm up the same way. So as I increase the weight, I back off in the number of reps that I do, because you don't want to tire or fatigue the muscle out. You just want to get it prepared, so when you go to use your working weight, it doesn't just come as like a big surprise. It doesn't feel like a big shock to you, so you're a lot more mentally and physically prepared for that set. So that's how I've always been doing it ever since I started training really heavy like that, and I never looked back. It's like one of the best ways to warm up, in my opinion. So whatever works for me, I stick to it. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So this set right here, this is my 5 1/4. This was my top set for these belt squats, and this got pretty challenging pretty fast. So this was the last working set, and I got 8 reps out of that with that 5 1/4. It felt a little bit heavier, to do that exercise second. Then I wanted to throw a couple just really slow, controlled leg extensions, some heavy weight, just 2 working sets there, 6 to 8 reps again. So yeah, right here, my boy Shy, one of the trainers there, he was able to manhandle the camera for me, get some something other than the fixed camera, where I'm just leaning it up against my weight belt or one of my knee reps that I got coiled up as a tripod. I do have a tripod in my gym bag. I just have not. God, I just don't want to be that guy who sets that shit up in the gym. Like I don't know. I just don't want to do that. So if I got something that I can lean the phone up against where it won't fall over or anything, yeah, that's usually what I do. But yeah, I haven't quite worked up to the douchey balls to set up a tripod in the gym and do any of my filming. I'd rather just hand the phone off to somebody else if they're there. That way it just makes it a little bit less boring. Obviously the camera's moved instead of it being a fixed angle. So yeah, these got heavy pretty quick right here. And that was it for quads. And then we moved on to, this is one of my stretches. I actually borrowed this from DC training. If anybody's familiar with that, DC was dog crab training. Dante Trudell came up with that kind of training back in, I want to say it was maybe the mid-2000s or early 2000s. He came up with that training style. And I did it for A handful, a couple of years, you know, in between my max OT workouts, like if I needed to recover or something like that. You know, at the time, the training partners I was training with, we would kind of use that as a bridge to recover and just kind of change things up, get the rep ranges a little bit higher before it came time to do another max OT routine, because we exclusively, once I discovered max OT training back in the day, it's just I never really gravitated from it because it just works so well for me. I have a lot of fast twitch muscle fibers, so I respond very well to the heavy, low volume, low reps, heavyweight kind of approach. So once I learned exactly what to do for my body, what's best for me, that's how I continue to train. Now, obviously, being 40 years old, sometimes I have to just kind of work around, like if I got some achy joints or muscles ain't quite recovered or something like that, then I might have to take the rep range up. But for the most part, anytime that I can train heavy like that, within that 4 to 6, 6 to 8 rep range, I definitely always gravitate towards that, because that's what got me my best gains out of all the years of my bodybuilding. So what you're seeing here is that stretching that I was just talking about from the DC training. I just did the quad stretch. That's where you kind of get in a sissy squat position. I use the Smith machine and just try to stand up on your knees, like almost like pretend like you're pushing your knees towards the floor kind of thing, and lean way back, and it puts all that stretch into your inner quads. And what I did just there, I was stretching my hamstrings out real good. I remember for a while I couldn't even come close to stretching down that far with the way my sciatic nerve was treating me from just sitting in the chair playing guitar all these years. And then not to mention all the heavy training and drywall and stuff, just everything as a whole kind of catches up to you. But yeah, there's always a price to pay if you want to look a certain way. So that's just the way it goes. So now we move on to calves, and I started this calf routine with, I use the Smith machine, and I kind of get in a shrug position like I'm going to do some barbell shrugs. So I just hold it and just grip it that way, and we got one of these little makeshift wood platforms that somebody made. And yeah, it's just a block of wood, some 4x4s or whatever those are, and yeah, it's got that grip tape on there, and that's what I do sometimes as my calf exercise. I kick things off with that. Decided to change it up a little bit because I usually always start with the seated calf machine. I get the most out of that, but for some reason I just wanted to start with these first on this workout, and I'm glad I did. Like it was feeling really, really good. So after this, that's when I moved on to, here's my final set here. This was my top set. So 3 plates a side, and I think I had a 5-pound plate on each side too, getting that 6 to 8 rep range. And then I have to over-under grip this once I get this certain kind of weight because of my C7, C8. My hand is still got that numbness in it, so I just do an over-under grip, just so I don't drop the shit, because my grip strength isn't quite all there just yet, but it's getting there. It's getting better. And then, here's me just racking the weight. This is a demonstration to show what other people in the gym should be fucking doing every time that they set up on a machine. Rack your shit. Nobody should have to tell you that. There's signs all over the gym, every single gym across North America and everywhere else, to rack your weights when you're done with them. Each and every one of you, just learn how to read and rack your fucking weights when you're done. But anyway, after this exercise, I jumped over and did some seated calf raises, but I didn't get any of that on camera. There was a handful of people over there too, so I just left that one blank. But I did do 2 heavy working sets over there of 6 to 8 reps. I had 6 plates on there. Yeah, at that point it was feeling pretty heavy. So then I moved on to hamstrings. I kind of did things out of order on this workout, but it worked itself out. So yeah, then I started with the seated leg curl for hamstrings and did 3 working sets here. I started with 190 pounds on this stack, doing 6 to 8 reps, and this is when I went up to 210 or 215, one of those weights. I know I got it written in my logbook, and I got it in my truck, so I don't have it offhand. But usually, since I keep it all low volume and everything, I can usually remember it off the top of my head pretty good. So then I moved on to single leg curl. And I really like this machine. You can tell I kind of take the isolation factor out of it. I do go a little bit loose form on these just because I'm overloading the muscle, and I do want to, almost like a fishing rod approach where you want it to bend a little bit. You don't want it to be completely firm. So yeah, that's what I do on this too. Same thing like when I'm doing, if you guys have seen me do, you know, like my barbell curling, my side lateral raises, I never stand completely still, especially when I'm pushing heavy weight like that. So after that, the workout was done for. Did my 3 rounds of posing at the gym. I didn't get any of that on video. I just kept that to myself. And then came home, and you see me doing some posing when I got home, just to kind of show you guys where the wheels are right now. That's the most important part for this prep, is making sure that those legs come in nice and sharp, grainy, separated hard. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, I started hitting some of the other mandatories. I didn't hit every single one of them, but I got most of them on here. Yeah, I rather capture the video. Yeah, in my little recording studio, I get some pretty good light in here. So that's where I'm actually narrating this video right now. This is always my spot to do this stuff. So yeah, hitting the back double, and you can see I got that cupping done. You see those spots on my back. I got some of that therapeutic cupping done a couple days ago, and I usually get some pretty good relief out of that. I'm surprised. I know a lot of people have mixed opinions on that, but it seems to, I seem to get a good amount of relief, and you know, I can usually tell if I get relief or not in my back, because my back's usually got some shit going on in it with that nerve damage, obviously that C7, C8. So yeah, just hit my back double again. Just always remembering things that you know, I learned along the way with posing, and then I did attend a posing clinic last weekend, and yeah, a couple of the posing coaches showed me a couple pointers that would look better on my physique, so I'm just always trying to remember all those checkpoints, what looks the best on my physique. So yeah, when I hit my lat spreads and my like in my front relax pose, I just make sure that standing nice and wide, almost like creating a shelf with my lats, and then just pull my torso up as high as I can. It made a world of difference. There's so many little variables, little tweaks and stuff that'll just make a huge difference in the way you look when you pose. So yeah, just keep working on that, and that way come show day, be a lot more polished, a lot more professional, and I won't be struggling up there. So this here, you guys have heard me talk about this. This is my inversion table that I have. It's set up in my living room around all my badass battle axe guitars. So yeah, I slowly go you know, upside down in this thing. I don't like just fall back right away. I just don't let the thing just take me. I go back nice and slow, and then I'm trying to work up, you know, like sets of 5 minutes. I do this once or twice a day. I'm trying to do it more twice a day, but yeah, right now currently I'm sticking with once a day for me, just to get that spine to decompress, and try to backpedal all the years of pain and suffering, all the self-inflicting torture from all the places I've been through with bodybuilding and drywall and all the other shit in between. And then I slowly gotta get back out of it, because if I try to get out of this, I actually can't get out of that thing as fast as I used to, just you know, with the way that my sciatic nerve feels. So I gotta just get out of that thing as slow as humanly possible, and then I gotta shift my weight onto my not so bad leg. Well, that leg is fine, and that hip and that whole side is okay. So at my left side, I shift my weight over there and slowly bend down forward and unlock, release that so I can get the hell out of it. Yeah, just slowly walk out of that sucker and admire those cool ass guitars on that wall. So that's going to be a wrap for this video, guys. Like I told you, I'm going to try to get much more of this content available for you guys to check out as I prepare for this contest. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, for liking, supporting, subscribing, all that good stuff. It means everything. You guys take care.